SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good afternoon, friends. I am Professor Vittal Patel. I have been working as an assistant professor in communication skills at UV Patel College of Engineering, Ganpat University, Khairwa. Today, under this special lecture series of English in SANDHAN, we will be talking about sounds in English, especially vowels. English vowel sounds. Friends, as we all know that any language which is emerged, first it emerged as a spoken language. The birth of language is in its spoken form we have seen. મિત્રો, આપણે દુનિયાની કોઈ પણ ભાષા જોઈશું તો સૌથી પહેલાં એ ભાષાનું અસ્તિત્વ સ્પોકન ફોર્મની અંદર આપણને જોવા મળે છે. આજે કેટલી ભાષાઓ એવી છે કે હજુ સુધી એનું રિટન ફોર્મ આપણી સામે નથી આવ્યું, માત્ર તે સ્પોકન ફોર્મની અંદર જ વપરાય છે. તો લેંગ્વેજ ઇઝ વન ઓફ ધી મીડિયમ વી યુઝ ટુ કમ્યુનિકેટ, and we use this language in two different forms, either spoken or in a written form. But we use spoken form mostly to communicate with the people. Spoken form is most important form for human being to communicate with the people, because a speech comes first in the history of language. જે બોલચાલની ભાષા છે એ ભાષાના ઇતિહાસમાં સૌપ્રથમ આપણી સામે આવી છે, અને એટલા માટે સ્પોકન ફોર્મ, ભાષાનું સ્પોકન ફોર્મ એ આપણા માટે મહત્વનું છે. સ્પીચ કમ ફર્સ્ટ ઇન ધ હિસ્ટ્રી ઓફ ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલ ઇવેન્ટ. મિત્રો, આપણા જીવનમાં પણ ભાષા સૌથી પહેલાં એના સ્પોકન ફોર્મમાં આવી. જ્યારે આપણે નાના હતા ત્યારથી આપણે ભાષાને બોલવાની શરૂઆત કરી છે. આપણે ભાષા બોલવાની શરૂઆત કરી એના પછી તો ઘણા બધા વર્ષો પછી આપણે એ ભાષાનું રિટન ફોર્મ શીખ્યા છીએ. સ્પીચ એઝ અ મીડિયમ ઓફ કમ્યુનિકેશન ઇઝ યુઝડ મચ દેન રિટન ફોર્મ. આપણે બધા જ જાણીએ છીએ કે ભાષા સ્પોકન ફોર્મની અંદર કમ્યુનિકેશનમાં રિટન ફોર્મ કરતાં સૌથી વધારે આપણે વાપરતા હોઈએ છીએ. Spoken form means we use sounds. Written form means we use letters. Representation of language with the use of sounds and with the use of letters means the use of language in its spoken form and a written form. મિત્રો, sounds અને letters ભાષાના આ બે પાસા છે, અને આજે આપણે આમાંથી જે સાઉન્ડ્સનું પાસું છે તેને આપણે આજે જોવાના છીએ. સૌથી પહેલાં તો આપણે જોઈશું કે પ્રોડક્શન ઓફ સાઉન્ડ્સ, કે આપણે સાઉન્ડ્સને કેવી રીતે પ્રોડ્યુસ કરીએ છીએ. ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, ધ સાઉન્ડ ઇઝ પ્રોડ્યુસ્ડ વિથ ધ હેલ્પ ઓફ એર. ધ એર કમ્સ આઉટ ફ્રોમ લંગ્સ, passing through windpipes and vocal cords, and it comes out either from oral cavity or from nasal cavity. And when this air comes out either from oral cavity or from nasal cavity, that air comes in touch with the articulators, and because of that touch, different sounds are heard, and these are we say sounds. Taking outer air into lungs is inspiration, throwing out air from the lungs expiration, and action of a speech through speech organs. અહીંયા તમે ચિત્રમાં જોશો તો જુદા જુદા આર્ટિક્યુલેટર્સ આપણે અહીંયા જોવા મળશે, જેમ કે ટીથ રીજ છે, હાર્ડ પેલેટ છે, સોફ્ટ પેલેટ છે. ઇવન ટંગ ઇઝ ઓલ્સો ડિવાઇડેડ ઇન્ટુ પાર્ટ્સ લાઇક બ્લેડ, ફ્રન્ટ, બેક. Palate is also divided in the parts like hard palate, soft palate. Teeth is also an articulator. So these are the articulators. Our mouth is a speech mechanism. And the articulators inside the mouth, what we use to produce the sounds. Friends, in English, if we look at the letters, we find that there are 26 letters. When we use this language in its written form, we use 26 letters. But when the language is used in spoken form, we use 44 sounds. And the sounds are divided into categories like consonants and vowel sounds. Basically, in our alphabets, we have only 5 vowel letters and 21 consonant letters. But when we look at the sounds, the number of vowel sounds and number of consonant sounds vary compared to this number of letters in our alphabets. If we look at the categories of sounds, it is found that there are 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. The total number of sounds in English is 44. In English is a non-phonetic language, it is said, because there is no one-to-one relationship between the letter and the sound produced. So what happens? One letter represents one or more than one sounds. One sound is represented by one or more than one letter, and that's why the number of sounds and letters vary from each other. So here it is said that 24 consonants and 20 vowel sounds. These vowel sounds are also divided into two categories, and they are pure vowels and diphthongs. There are 12 pure vowels and 8 diphthongs. જે શુદ્ધ સ્વરની વાત કરીએ છીએ આપણે અંગ્રેજી ભાષાની અંદર, તો શુદ્ધ સ્વર આપણને 12ની સંખ્યામાં જોવા મળે છે. diphthongs મતલબ કે બે શુદ્ધ સ્વર જ્યારે એક સાથે મળે છે અને એ સિંગલ યુનિટ તરીકે કામ કરે છે, આ સિંગલ વોવેલ તરીકે કામ કરે છે, જેને આપણે વોવેલ ગ્લાઇડ કહીએ છીએ. વોવેલ મૂવ, વન વોવેલ મૂવ ટુવર્ડ્સ ધી અનધર વોવેલ, વોવેલ ગ્લાઇડ જેને આપણે કહીએ છીએ. ધીઝ આર કોલ્ડ diphthongs in English, and there are 8 diphthongs in English sounds. Here it is a phonetic chart, and in this phonetic charts, vowels, diphthongs and consonants are shown. Let's see what is this. This is E as in ship, this is A as in bed, this is U as in put, this is U as in boot, this is A as in cat, કામ. સો ગુજરાતીમાં આપણી પાસે રસ્વઈ અને દીર્ઘઈ, રસ્વઉ અને દીર્ઘઉ આવો કન્સેપ્ટ છે. ગુજરાતી સાઉન્ડની અંદર આપણી પાસે રસ્વઈ અને દીર્ઘઈ છે. સેમ વે ઇન ઇંગ્લિશ વી હેવ શોર્ટ વોવેલ્સ એન્ડ લોંગ વોવેલ્સ. અહીંયા તમે આ ચાર્ટની અંદર જોશો તો જ્યાં જે સિમ્બલની બાજુમાં ડબલ ડોટ દેખાય છે, ઇટ ઇન્ડિકેટ્સ દેટ ઇટ ઇઝ અ લોંગ સાઉન્ડ. ફોર એન એક્ઝામ્પલ, ગુજરાતીમાં આપણને રસ્વઈ અને દીર્ઘઈ છે, અને રસ્વઈ અને દીર્ઘઈનો આપણે જ્યારે ઉપયોગ કરીએ છીએ ત્યારે જો રસ્વઈની જગ્યાએ દીર્ઘઈનો ઉપયોગ કરવામાં આવે, દીર્ઘઈની જગ્યાએ રસ્વઈનો ઉપયોગ કરવામાં આવે તો અર્થ બદલાઈ જતો હોય છે. જેમ કે પાણી એન્ડ પાણી એટલે વોટર. પાણી મતલબ આપણે હાથ માટે એ શબ્દનો પ્રયોગ કરીએ છીએ. સેમ ઇટ હેપન્સ ઇન ઇંગ્લિશ. તો અહીંયા આપણી પાસે 8 વોવેલ સાઉન્ડ્સ છે, 12 પ્યોર વોવેલ્સ છે, 8 diphthongs છે અને 24 એટલે કે 24 consonant sounds છે. Once again the same chart is short vowel, long vowel, diphthongs. Now consonants are divided into category like voiceless and voiced. We will look at these voiceless sounds and voice sounds later on, but here it is shown that these 9 are voiceless sounds: p, t, ch, k, f, th, s, sh, and rest of the sounds are voice sounds in consonant category. Now let's look at English vowel sounds one by one. As I told you that English vowel sounds are categorized into two, like pure vowels and diphthongs. So first, let's look at pure vowels. Pure vowels are also divided into categories like front vowels, back vowels, central vowels. These front, back and central vowels again are categorized into like rounded vowels and unrounded vowels. Rounded vowels मतलब કે જ્યારે આપણે એ વોવેલનો ઉચ્ચાર કરતા હોઈએ છીએ ત્યારે આપણા હોઠની જે પોઝિશન છે એ રાઉન્ડ શેપમાં આપણને જોવા મળે છે. અનરાઉન્ડેડ વોવેલ્સ મતલબ જ્યારે આપણે વોવેલનું પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન કરતા હોઈએ છીએ ત્યારે આપણા હોઠની જે પોઝિશન છે એ ફ્લેટ હોય, ન્યુટ્રલ હોય, સ્ટ્રેચ્ડ હોય, પણ એ રાઉન્ડેડ નથી હોતી. તો રાઉન્ડેડ વોવેલ્સ એન્ડ અનરાઉન્ડેડ વોવેલ્સ આર ઓલ્સો ધી કેટેગરીઝ ઓફ પ્યોર વોવેલ્સ. Pure vowels are also categorized like front vowels, back vowels and central vowels. So if we talk about front vowels, there are 4 vowel sounds that fall into this front vowels category, and they are E, A. Back vowels there are 5 vowel sounds that fall into the category of back vowels, and they are oo, oo, o, a. Central vowels, there are 3 sounds, a. So these are the categories of pure vowels. Now pure vowels one by one. The first it is E, as in flesh, C, machine. Front of the tongue raised in the production of this front vowel. The front of the tongue, just behind the tip of the tongue, front of the tongue, જીભનો અગ્રભાગ જ્યારે આ વોલ સાઉન્ડ્સના પ્રોડક્શનની અંદર જ્યારે જીભનો અગ્રભાગ ઉપર ઉઠતો આપણને અનુભવાય છે, જેમ કે આપણે આનું પ્રોનન્સિએશન કરીશું ઈ ઈ ઈ, તો આપણે એવું અનુભવીશું કે front of the tongue is raised, and if we look at our lips position, we'll find it that our lips are unrounded in the production of these sounds. This E occurs initially in the word, it occurs medially in the word, even it occurs finally in the word. Just જેમ કે આપણે અહીંયા જોયું flesh, the sound occurred at the middle position in the word. C, the E occurred in the final position of the word. Even in the machine, the central position, medial position. So this E occurs initially, medially and finally. The second sound is E, short E. Then ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે રસવાઈ કહીએ છીએ. That the rear part of the front of the tongue raised. જીભના અગ્રભાગનો પણ એમાં backside, rear part of the tongue is raised. Again it is unrounded sound because the position of our lips is not rounded, as you see E slight stretched. It also occurs initially, medially and finally. Friends, here some minimal pairs are put. For an example, bin, bean, bitch, beach, chip, cheap, did, fit, grin, green, it, eat, sit, sit, slip, sleep, bit, beat, itch, each. Now see here, itch, E is occurred in the initial position, matlab in the beginning of the word, that sound occurs. Fill, feel, hit, heat, lip, lip, mill, sick, sick, sin, still. So these are the minimal pairs of E and E. Next sound is A. Again, rear part of front of the tongue raised. It is same as E, short E. Also unrounded sound because the position of lips is not rounded. It also occurs initially, medially, but not finally. For an example, dress, bed, head, many. Second it is A. Now see, there is a slight difference between A and A, but if we make mistake in the pronunciation of A and A, the meaning of the word will be changed. For an example, the word bed, B-A-D, and the word bed, B-E-D. Bed, it has its own meaning. Bed, it has its own meaning. Only difference is A and A. So we have to be very careful in making pronunciation of these two sounds. In A, you see trap, stamp, bed. Again, rear part of front of the tongue is raised in the pronunciation of the sound. The position of lip is again unrounded, and like E and E, it occurs initially and medially but not finally. So we have to be careful that this sound is not used at the end of the word, and if we analyze the words, we'll find that this sound does not occur at the middle position, final position. Now here again the minimal pairs: back, beck, bed, bed, bag, big, bag. Bag is bag, big is big. These two words have their own meanings, but only difference is in the pronunciation of vowel sounds. Pat, pit, end, end, flash, flesh, head, head, here, band, bend, bat, bit, land, lend, marry, marry, shell, shell, blend, blend, cattle, cattle. Next pure vowel is oo. Back of the tongue is raised. Rounded vowel, because lips are closely rounded in the production of the sound. The position of the sound in the word may be initial, may be middle, may be final. See, goose, two, blue, group. In all, you'll find that in two you'll find it at the final position. In blue you'll find it in final position. In goose and group you'll find that vowel in the middle position. This is long sound. In Gujarati we say dirghau. Gujarati માં આપણે જેને દીર્ઘઉ કહીએ છીએ. Next one it is u, short u. In Gujarati it is said rasvau. In the production of that short u, front part of the back of the tongue is raised. If we look at the position of the lips, we'll find that lips are rounded. The position of the sound in the word may be initial, may be middle, but not final. Final only in unaccented preposition like to it is found. Again minimal pair: could, foot, foot, full, full, cook, cookie, pull, suit, wood, like. This is again one more long sound or. મિત્રો આપણે ડૉક્ટર શબ્દનો પ્રયોગ કરીએ છીએ અને ડૉક્ટરમાં જે ઓ સાઉન્ડ આપણે એનો ઉપયોગ કરીએ છીએ, દિસ ઇઝ અ. આપણે ડૉક્ટર નથી કહેતા, ડૉક્ટર કહીએ છીએ. સો સ્લાઇટ ડિફરન્સ બિટવીન ઓ એન્ડ ઓ. સો હિયર વિલ સી ધીસ ટુ ઓ. ધ બેક ઓફ ધ ટંગ. આપણે જોઈશું કે જ્યારે આ સાઉન્ડનું પ્રોડક્શન કરીએ છીએ તો જીભનો કયો ભાગ આપણને ઉપર ઉઠતો દેખાય છે. પ્રેક્ટિસ કરતાં આપણને એ માલુમ પડશે કે ધ બેક ઓફ ધ ટંગ ઇઝ રેઇઝડ. જીભનો જે પાછળનો ભાગ છે એ આપણને ઉપર ઉઠતો લાગશે. અને આપણે જો હોઠની પોઝિશન તરફ ધ્યાન આપીએ, ઇફ વી લુક એટ ધ લિપ્સ, પોઝિશન ઓફ ધ lips will find the round shape o. The position of the word may be initial, may be middle, may be final. જેમ કે આપણે કહીએ oil. So in oil the position of the sound is in the beginning. North, N-O-R-T-H, north, the position of the sound is in the middle. Law, the position of the sound is final. O, next sound is O. ફરીથી જો આપણે એને બોલીને જોઈશું તો આપણને લાગશે કે ધ ટંગ બિટવીન સેન્ટર એન્ડ ધી બેક. જીભનો પાછળનો ભાગ તેમજ જીભનો મધ્ય ભાગ, આ બંનેની વચ્ચેનો ભાગ is fully opened, the jaws are wide opened, and lips are neutrally opened. O, O, O. An unrounded shape of the lips is felt. Position may be initial, maybe middle, maybe final. જેમ આપણે કહીશું lot, odd, wash. Minimal pair તમે જોઈ શકશો. If you practice with this minimal pair, you will be very clear about the production of this sound. For an example, coat, caught, could, called, pot, pot, not, not, shot, short, fox, fox, spot, spots, naughty, naughty, order, order, done, done, con, con. This is the last vowel sound in pure vowel sound, and it is a, as we say ask, and in the production of this sound will feel that the tongue between center and the back is fully opened like o. The jaws are wide and lips are neutrally opened. It is unrounded sound because the position of lips is not rounded. The position of the sound in the word may be initial, maybe middle, maybe final. For an example, we say father, father, start, start, hard. So it was a pure vowel. Now this is a pure vowels, central vowels. The first central pure vowel is a. Center of the tongue is raised, and that's why this is central vowel, because the center of the tongue, જીભનો મધ્ય ભાગ એ ઊંચો ઉપર ઉઠે છે અને એનું પ્રોડક્શન થાય છે. The jaws are wide and lips are neutrally open. The position of the lips is unrounded. The position of the sound in the word may be initial, maybe middle, maybe final. As we say about, common, standard, butter. About, you say about, common, standard, butter. Next is sorry, this cannot be pronounced in isolation because this sound is not in our vernacular language, not in Gujarati, it is not even in Hindi, and that's why to pronounce the sound in isolation is not possible, but we can pronounce the sound in a word. For an example, we say bus. So between that b and s, whatever vowel sound is produced, this is this a. It is short than a. In above we say a, but this a is shorter than that a in above. So it is strut, mud, love, blood. So between bl and d, whatever is pronounced, it is a. Between love, l and v, between mud, m and d, we say none, n-o-n, n-o-n-e, none, n-u-n, none. So between that n and n, whatever is pronounced, whatever is heard, it is a sound. So in the production of this vowel, the center of the tongue is raised, the jaws are wide and lips are neutrally open. It is unrounded sound. The position of the word may be initial, may be middle, but not final. This is a. Now here there are three different sounds and they seem alike, but there is a variation. The first, it was a in above. Second, it was a in bus, and this is a. It is that two dots indicate the length of the sound. It is a, as we say bird, B-I-R-D, bird, bird. The center of the tongue is raised here in the production of this sound, જીભનો જે મધ્યનો ભાગ છે એને આપણને ઉપર ઉઠતો અનુભવાશે. The lips are spread and that's why it is unrounded. The position of the sound in the word may be initial, may be middle, and not final. Look at the examples as nurse, stir. We always use the word learn. We say refer, refer. So this is and it was the last of the central vowels. Here again the minimal pairs between shortest and as in bud, bird. We say bun, burn, fused, first, shut, shirt, cub, curb, ton, turn, thud, third, such, such, tough, tough, hull, hull. So it was the discussion about pure vowels, and we saw there are 12 pure vowels because the understanding of vowel is important, because we have to go to diphthongs now, and diphthongs is a sound formed by the combination of two vowels in a single syllable. As I told you that diphthongs means two pure vowels come together, it becomes a single unit. It is pronounced as a single vowel, and it is called vowel glide. One vowel moves towards the another vowel. So and it is a sound formed by combination of two vowels in a single syllable, in which the sound begins as one vowel and moves towards the another. As we say coin, so o, that diphthong oi, oi starts with o and it moves towards e and it becomes oi, and the word is pronounced as coin. So this oi is taken as single unit in the word. As we say loud, starts with a, ends with u. So starts with a and moves towards u and it becomes ow, loud. As side, ai. So a diphthong is known as a gliding vowel, refers to two pure vowel sounds occurring within the same syllable, and these are diphthongs. Diphthongs are divided into categories. There is a divisions of diphthongs. Diphthongs gliding towards e, like a, I, oi. Diphthongs gliding towards u, like o, ow. Diphthongs gliding towards like ear, oor, ear. So let's see these divisions of the diphthongs one by one. But before that, let's see how these diphthongs glide. મિત્રો આ એક ચાર્ટ છે અને એમાં આપણને બે પ્રકારના પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન્સ જોવા મળશે. અહીંયા તમે જોશો તો બે દેશના ફ્લેગ્સ તમને જોવા મળે છે, એક અમેરિકા, એક બ્રિટન. અંગ્રેજીમાં પણ બે દેશના પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન્સને સ્ટાન્ડર્ડ પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન્સ તરીકે એક્સેપ્ટ કરવામાં આવ્યા છે. અમેરિકન પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન્સ છે અને બ્રિટિશ પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન્સ છે. ઇવન ઇન dictionary also gives us two pronunciations, either in IPA form or in sound form, because nowadays dictionary in soft copy is also available, and there we can hear the sounds either in British pronunciation or in American pronunciations. So here બે ફ્લેગ્સ આપણને જોવા મળે છે, બ્રિટિશ ફ્લેગ અને અમેરિકન ફ્લેગ. એ જ પ્રમાણે અહીંયા બંને ભાષાના અલગ અલગ પ્રોનાઉન્સિએશન કેવી રીતે થશે એને આપણે જોઈશું. ફોર એન એક્ઝામ્પલ, સી ધીસ ઇઝ ઈ. અહીંયા આપણે જોઈશું કે એક એરો આપણને બતાવે છે, ત્યાંથી એ શરૂ થાય છે અને જ્યાં એ લાઈન પૂરી થાય છે ત્યાં એ ગ્લાઇડ થાય છે, મતલબ આ મૂવ્સ ટુવર્ડ્સ ઈ, તો એ આપણને અહીંયા જોવા મળશે. ઓય ઓય ઓય, choice.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. Mouth.
Oh.
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 Goat.
Goat.
Ear.
Ear.
Near.
Air.
Air. Air. Square. Cure.
Or. Force. R. Start.
So these diphthongs are made up of pure vowels. Pure vowels glide with each other and diphthongs are formed. So here front vowels, central vowels and back vowels, જે આપણે હમણાં જ જોયા કે સેન્ટ્રલ વોવેલમાં ફ્રન્ટ વોવેલમાં ઈ, એ, આ, સેન્ટ્રલમાં બેકમાં ઓ. તો આ બધા જ વોવેલ, front vowels are articulated with the highest point of the tongue, arcing towards the front of the mouth below the hard palate. Central vowels are articulated with the highest point of the tongue close to the center of the mouth between the front and back vowels. Back vowels are articulated with highest point of the tongue drawn back towards the back of the mouth below the soft palate. Closed vowels are articulated with the jaw relatively closed and the highest point of the tongue close to the roof of the mouth. Closed mid vowels are articulated with the jaw at the midpoint between closed and the middle of the mouth. Open mid vowels are articulated with the jaw and tongue halfway between the midpoint of the mouth and fully open. Open vowels are articulated with the jaw relatively open and highest point of the tongue far from the roof of the mouth. So it shows the diphthongs. Diphthongs gliding towards E. આપણે હમણાં જ જોયું કે diphthongs ને પણ ત્રણ ડિવિઝનમાં મૂક્યા, ગ્લાઇડિંગ ટુવર્ડ્સ E, ગ્લાઇડિંગ ટુવર્ડ્સ ગ્લાઇડિંગ ટુવર્ડ્સ U. હવે આપણે જોઈશું diphthongs gliding toward E. અહીંયા આપણને ત્રણ diphthong sounds જોવા મળશે, E, A, I, I. સૌથી પહેલા આપણે A ની વાત કરીએ તો the tongue starts from the point A, આપણે હમણાં ચાર્ટમાં જોયું, and moves towards E. So in this process, the lips are spread, and that's why the position of lips is unrounded. So it is called unrounded vowel. It occurs in the beginning. For an example, aim. It occurs in the middle position in the word. For an example, pain. Even it occurs at the final position in the word. For an example, play. Day. Monday. Tuesday. Day. A is pronounced there. The second gliding towards E diphthong is I. આપણે જો એને ઉચ્ચાર કરીને જોઈશું તો આપણને લાગશે કે the tongue starts from the point back of the tongue and moves towards E, मतलब front. moves towards E, मतलब front of the tongue. During the production of the sound, આ diphthongના પ્રોડક્શન સમયે આપણે જો ધ્યાન આપીને લાગશે કે jaws are wide open to begin with, narrow for the second element. પ્રોડક્શન આ diphthongના પ્રોડક્શનની શરૂઆતમાં જે jaws જડબા એ વાઇડ ઓપન દેખાય છે. ધીમે ધીમે જેમ આ સાઉન્ડ એ ઈ તરફ ગતિ કરતો જોવા મળે છે, ધીમે ધીમે એ સેકન્ડ એલિમેન્ટ તરફ જાય છે, ત્યારે જોઝ નેરો થતા જાય છે. જેને કારણે લિપની પોઝિશન જે છે, ધ પોઝિશન ઓફ ધ લિપ is unrounded. That's why it is called unrounded vowel. It occurs in the beginning. For an example, ice, ice. In the middle, bite, bite, bite. At the end of the word, boy, boy, ba, e, ba, e, e, e. Wide open, and for the second element it becomes narrow. Wide open, e narrow, and unrounded sound. The third diphthong in this category is oi. The tongue starts from the point a and moves towards e. The lips are rounded in the beginning. In the production of a, the position of the lips is rounded but loosely spread towards the end. When it goes to the second element of the sound, the position of the lips is spread. But it is called a rounded vowel. Occurs in the beginning. For an example, oil, oil. In the middle, you say soil. In the end, you say boy. In the end, you say boy. So these three were diphthongs gliding towards E. They are A, I, oi. The second category of diphthongs, and it is diphthongs gliding towards U. Two sounds fall in this category. It is O, ow. So let's see at the first O. When we produce this O, so એનું પ્રોડક્શન કરતી વખતે આપણને એવું લાગે છે કે in the beginning of the production of the sound, मतलब the first element, when we produce the first element, first sound, the lips are neutral. The lips are neutral. And when it moves towards the U, the lips gets round shape. So this is a rounded sound. In the end, in the beginning, it is neutral. The position of the lip is a neutral. U. તમે જાતે પ્રેક્ટિસ કરશો તો પણ તમને આ ખ્યાલ આવશે કે in the beginning, when we say the lips are neutral. Second element U, the lips are rounded shape. This sound occurs initially in the word. For an example, over. In the middle position, for an example, we say boat. In the final position, as we say go. Goat, show, no. Goat, show, no. The second sound in this category is ow. Glides from back unrounded towards the central rounded. Back unrounded because a is back vowel. A falls in a back vowel category. A. Back unrounded. When we produce a, the lips are wide open, jaws are wide open and not rounded. But when it glides towards the central rounded. U is central vowel, and that's why it is said glides from back rounded towards the central rounded. When we produce the sound, જ્યારે આપણે આ સ્વરનો ઉપયોગ કરીએ છીએ, lips are neutral in the beginning and the rounded in the end. Occurs initially. For an example, out, out. Medially, for an example, shout. And finally, for an example, wow. તો મિત્રો આ હતા diphthongs gliding towards u, o, ow. સૌથી પહેલા આપણે જે જોયા diphthongs gliding towards a. હવે diphthongs gliding towards u, diphthongs gliding towards a. There are three sounds. Three diphthongs fall in this category. These are ear, oor, ear. Ear, oor, ear. The first in this is ear. આપણે જ્યારે ear સાઉન્ડનો ઉપયોગ કરીએ છીએ ત્યારે આપણને એવું લાગશે કે it glides, મતલબ its glide begins with the tongue position similar to E and moves in the direction of A. Lips are spread in the production of this sound. Occurs initially. For an example, ear, E-A-R. The word is E-A-R. The pronunciation is ear. Medially it is real, and finally it is ear. Near, here, weary. Near, here, weary. The second sound in this category is oor. Glide begins with the tongue position similar to that of oo and moves in the direction of a. Lips are rounded in the beginning and spread at the end. It also occurs medially, for an example, during, and finally, for an example, poor. The third and the final diphthong is air. The glide begins with the tongue position similar to that of a and moves in the direction of a. Glides begins with the tongue position similar to that of a and moves in the direction of a. In the production of the sound, આ sound નો ઉપયોગ કરતી વખતે the lips are neutral. Air, 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 air. The position of the lips is seen neutral in the production of the sound. Occurs initially. For example, aircraft. It occurs medially. For an example, careful. And finally, for an example, care. So it was diphthongs gliding towards a. ત્રણ પ્રકારના diphthongs આપણે જોયા મિત્રો. Diphthongs gliding towards E, towards U, towards A. Total number of diphthongs are 8. 3 diphthongs fall in the category that diphthong glides towards E. 2 diphthongs fall in the category that diphthongs glide towards U. And last 3 fall in the category that diphthong glide towards U. Thank you very much.
SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.